Because of this class, what will you remember? What will you always remember, basically?
Let me see. There's a lot of things to remember. Let me see. Oh, I got it. I will remember like what's the difference between a good piece of writing versus a bad piece of writing. Because I used to write bad pieces, but now I'm writing better pieces.
Hi, Dana.
Hello, Brenda.
Okay, what are your goals in Miss Moske's class?
My goals in Miss Moske's class are to learn new skills that will help me in my later years of life, and to get past our class with at least a B, and to pass the EOGs with a high 4.
Okay, why are these goals important to you?
These goals are important to me because I want to be a good student, and by passing this class with a high 4, I can get into any high school or college I want to, and also I can become a better person.
Because of this class, what will you always remember?
I will always remember that everyone has a good side, and that you can do anything you put your mind to.
What are some of the most important things you have learned in this class?
I have learned how to do the MLA format, which will help me on my research papers in high school and college. I have learned skills that will help me build myself up as a person, and to not let anyone tell me what I can't do.
How would you describe Miss Moske as a teacher?
I would describe Miss Moske as a loving, caring teacher who loves us and who tells us we can do anything we want, and who do anything to help us pass our grades.
Okay, thank you, Dana.
You're welcome. Because of this class, what will you always remember?
I will always remember to bring a good attitude with me, because if I bring the bad attitude, it won't help me learn and all that.
Can you tell me what you're doing here? Tell me what you're doing.
I'm writing things that the book, the things that I don't understand about the book.
And why are you putting it in your book? Why are you putting it in the book?
Because I want the other students that can read this book to answer my question that I got about the book.
Can I see your question?
So, how do you feel about reading this year?
I used to hate reading, but now this year I found the right books that I liked it about spice and action, and I actually like reading more often.
I think, like, you know how there's like some characters that change the whole book? I think Terry's gonna be it, because obviously, because she's different. Yeah. And her family and stuff. Like her uncle, remember how he got arrested for being predestined? And they're just like, they're like a weird family from everybody else. So I think like their family is gonna actually affect Montag and everybody.
I think Montag's gonna quit his job. He's not gonna want to.
Yeah, I think she's gonna change his mind. What if they fell in love? Because I remember I was reading it, and then he was like, "You're different. Sometimes I forget you're." Yeah, no, and then he also said, "Sometimes I forget you're 17, and sometimes I think you're older than my wife," or something like that.
Why don't you have children?
And then she was like, "Yeah, sometimes I forget you're 40." I was like, "What?"
I wonder if it's against the law to go with somebody that's under your age.
Me too.
I think.
If it's the opposite here, probably. I don't think so.
I think at the end they're gonna start reading books again. Like they're gonna like spread the truth.
Oh yeah, and the reverse what they everything. That'd be like this book like actually makes you think while you're reading. Sometimes I don't like I just like just read the book and go through it. This book actually makes you think. Huh?
Makes you want to read more books about it.
Yeah, cause like this is so different. Yeah.
Different.
You want to know what's going to happen next?
And then like what's cool is like the front of the cover is made out of paper and like pages from a book and it's on fire.
That is true.
It makes sense because of the story. Like,
Yeah,
they don't read books no more.
burn books. So that's what.
You're not allowed to have it.
so they're considering a culture, and you think it's bad that they're creating their own language for it?
Yeah, because then they're not going to be able to communicate with the real world.
Kevin,
Well, at the same time, I think it's good and bad.
why do you think it's good?
Because, so they know what they're saying to each other so they can stand one another.
They know they're saying to each other in English too. So, so you think it's good that they can understand each other in this new language that Big Brother's creating?
Yeah, because, like, what about if someone's talking something and they don't understand and they want to be in a conversation or something?
Okay.
I'm going to interject for a second. I want you guys to really think about why. Okay, think about that second question up there. Why is the party destroying these words?
Can I tell you why?
Why would they?
Since I'm the question person, but can I join in?
You can absolutely. You all can share.
Can you ask it first?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ask that question she just asked.
Well, why? Like she said, why do you think they're breaking down words?
Because they think it's going to be easier. See, because good is the opposite of bad. But they think bad is not the opposite of good because it's not in like the same subject. I mean, because ungood, I guess, is the opposite of good for them. And bad is like nothing. So they throwing that word away.
I feel that what they're making these words for is because they're already brainwashing people and they want them to think things. They want them to think that nothing that they're doing, basically, they want them to believe that everything Big Brother is telling them is good. Like nothing's bad, basically. Like everything that Big Brother has told them, it's a good thing. Big Brother is telling us the right thing to do. So basically, he wouldn't want to put the word bad in there because basically it's going to make people second think about Big Brother and things like that. That's what I feel.
I agree with you on that.
Second, yes. Okay.
Why would? And this is the question. I don't have an answer to this. You know, I really do want to hear from you all. How is having control over a language? How would that affect control over everything else? You know, that's what I kind of want you guys to be thinking about. You know, the language that we speak. How you all talk to each other. You know, how you talk to me. How you talk to your parents. If somebody is controlling this and destroying words or saying words that you can't use or so on and so forth.
But nobody's going to be different. Like, everybody speaks like, you know how we speak English and some people speak Spanish. That's basically showing the different type of cultures that we got. So if everybody speaks the same language, it's not going to be like a separation. And she said, yes. But she was talking about, I don't know what scripture it is. But somewhere in the Bible, they were all trying to build the big old temple building or whatever.
Yeah.
And basically, everybody was arguing and things like that. So God had made them all speak different language so nobody could understand it, and nothing got done. So basically, in a different language, like say, back in the times of Indians, and they had their own little language. They wanted to build them a house, and if they couldn't understand each other, how would they know what they're doing? Basically, it takes language and ways for us to communicate so we know what we want to get done.